So I'm sure you're familiar with Datawind and some of the work we've been doing in India over the last few years. Really, with the new focus on digital India, the vision of digital India, we felt that the work we've been doing lines up with that goal. We've started with this effort to connect the forgotten billions to the digital age. Today, 2/3 of the world, 4.5 billion people, still don't use the internet. And we wanted to resolve that issue. We wanted to empower people with the power of the internet. And the first stage of the revolution really was by creating the world's lowest cost devices. We knew that affordability was the big barrier. We knew that people who earn 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 rupees a month would not be able to afford 20, 30,000 rupee devices, and we needed to create devices that would be affordable to them. And when we created tablets and calling tabs at price points that were less than 3,000 rupees, the world responded. We started getting attention from around the world. The United Nations launched the product. The Chancellor of Germany, Angela Merkel, said that this needs to be in German schools. This started to get global attention. But that, for us, really was the first stage. That was the first step. Devices only go so far. The next thing that needs to happen is you need to connect them. You need to be able to connect the masses. And to us, today, the revolution becomes complete with the delivery of free mobile internet. In fact, the United Nations declared that internet access is a basic human right. But 1 billion Indians still don't have access to the internet. We want to resolve that. We want to deliver that basic right without grants, without subsidies, by creating a business model that's commercially viable and scalable. There are two key obstacles that we want to resolve. There are two key obstacles that limit adoption of internet. And I'll tell you, it's not lack of electricity. It's not lack of education. The obstacles are primarily affordability and the network deficit. Today, 1 billion Indians earn less than 10,000 rupees a month, and the cost of a computer is beyond their reach. Whereas in the US, the cost of a computer is less than 1 week of salary. We want to bring the cost of computing devices within that. There are 450,000 mobile towers in India. Less than 80,000 of them deliver 3G coverage. Less than 20% of the geographic coverage of 3G, of the mobile towers, is 3G. So to be able to deliver the internet to those masses, you've got to take advantage and deliver solutions on those existing networks. And that's exactly what we've tried to do. But why? You know, people that don't use the internet ask me, but why do you need the internet? The first and most important, the thing that we focused on, the thing that Forbes magazine recognized us or the MIT Tech Review recognized us, is internet improves the quality of education that we deliver. In fact, these are the kind of figures that should keep us awake at night in India. While the government tells us there's 220 million students in school, if you look at the dropout rates, classes 5 to 8, 43% of the students drop out. Classes 9 to 12, 68% of the students drop out. In fact, there was a study released in January that said that 25% of class 8 students can't read class 2 texts. The same study said that 19.5% of class 2 students couldn't recognize numbers 1 to 9. That is the state of education. And the reality is that while our kids, for those of us in this room, have the advantage of the best quality education that's possible, for the rest of India, it is purely dependent on their income levels. The quality of education is linked to one's economic class, and that shouldn't be the case. But it's not just education that the internet improves. The internet empowers business. The internet allows you to go beyond geographical limitations, lowers cost. There's no business and commerce done in most of the world today without the internet. Unfortunately, Most Indian micro manufacturers and small businesses don't get to take advantage of the internet. And I'll share with you one quick statistic which I found very surprising. One website in China called Alibaba.com generates in the last year, generated $248 billion worth of manufacturing export transactions for small and micro manufacturers in China. We, as a country of 1.2 billion people, collectively did $184 billion worth of exports, 60 billion less than that one website in China, with mostly Chinese manufacturers. The small Indian micro manufacturer, I was in Ludhiana recently, and you look at all these small, thousands and thousands of businesses producing lots of goods and services, and the reality is that they don't have a real way of getting those goods and services to the markets around the world because they're not on the internet, they don't get to take advantage of the internet, and affordability keeps them off. Affordability is one segment and one element that we want to solve, and the other one is access. But I'll tell you, here's been our experience. The moment you break the affordability barrier, the last few days people have been asking me, sir, tablet to choti si market thi. Smartphones mein, ye phones mein to you're going to have these huge competitors. Ab kaisa karoge? Let me tell you, even when we entered the tablet market was 80% Apple and Samsung, HP, Lenovo, Acer, Micromax, Carbon, everybody else was in that market when we entered that market. That market was only 250,000 units, 2.5 lakh units in 2011. When we broke the price barrier, when we showed that these devices don't need to be priced at 10,000 rupees and above, in the next 3 years, while the computer market continued to stagnate, while the world's economy continued to stagnate, while in India we talked about 4% growth hogi ke 5% growth hogi, this market for tablets grew almost 20 times within that period of time. And in that period of time, we've consistently become one of the top 3 suppliers in India. Independent of any supply to the government, we've consistently shown that by creating affordability, we can create a new market that doesn't exist. In fact, when I look at the figures, this is the amazing thing that's happened. There's about 9 lakh tablets sold in India annually, and I apologize if this chart is difficult to see, but on the right-hand side, you'll see the 30,000 rupee plus price. We don't sell any products in that segment. There's 75,000 tablets sold a quarter in that price segment. Then is the 20,000 to 30,000 price segment, and 85,000 tablets get sold. Between 10 to 20, there's 200,000 tablets get sold, and so on. When you come down to the last price segment, that is tablets below 5,000 rupees. 2.8 lakh tablets got sold in the last quarter in that segment. And while we're 15 to 17% of overall market share, out of those 2.8 lakh tablets, we did 1.56, almost 65% market share, showing that if you can create an affordable product in this market that appeals to the masses and you can deliver good quality and provide good support, that you'll get broad adoption. And this is the proof that it has impact. When you look at the phone market, what's interesting is that all the high price bands have all converted to smartphones. The bars in gray show you phone sales. Blue is feature phones, and orange is smartphones. On a monthly basis, 20 million, 2 crore phones get sold in India. 70 lakh of them are smartphones. 1.4 crore are feature phones. All those 1.4 crore feature phones sold this month, in the month of March, are below 3,000 rupees. And the reality is that while we've most converted to smartphones, 2/3 of India, the majority of India, is still buying feature phones because they can't afford smartphones. So the intent is to create very, very low cost, good featured smartphones at the same price point as feature phones, so that the consumer can make an easy decision. They've not got to step up at the same price level they would get a full featured phone. But more importantly is to deliver internet for them. That is, create a technology We've received 18 US patents on this technology. It reduces bandwidth consumption by factors of 10 to 30 times, improves speeds by 10 times, and even on 2.5G networks, gives an almost 3G-like experience and gives you the internet anytime, anywhere, very fast across India, and with partnerships with, I believe, the smartest, most progressive wireless operator in this country, Reliance Communications. We launch Kamal Ki Ghanti, a year of unlimited browsing on a 2,000 rupee. Kamal Ka exalts endless opportunities to access the web, may it be email, may it be Facebook or social networking sites, the billions of sites that exist to be able to sell your goods or services or take advantage of Wikipedia or anything that gets accessed on the internet is available to you at no additional cost. A value that's easily 2,000 or 3,000 rupees. You'd easily pay 2,000 or 3,000 rupees for a year of internet access. And I'm not giving it for free on a 20,000 rupee phone. I'm not giving it for free on a 15,000 rupee phone. It's for free, unlimited, without restriction, for a year on a 2,000 rupee device for basic browsing. Doesn't include audio video for free. That's a step up, but basic browsing, billions of sites at no additional cost. The first device is the Pocket Surfer 2G4, and it's a 3.5-inch Android 4X smartphone running on 2.5G and Wi-Fi. The second one is a 4-inch device that also includes 3G connectivity, dual-core processor, and 12 months again of unlimited web browsing on the Arcom Reliance GSM network. To explain, this is our focus, and if you want to understand what our brand's about, what our mission is about, we're about bridging the digital divide, and what we bring to you is low-cost, entry-level devices that can be afforded by everybody. It's not the device for the snob, it's a device for the common man across India. A year of free internet access, we think, that gives you opportunities that are endless. And the phrase that we're going with, our pitch is Kamal Ki Ghanti. This background music that you heard is a ringtone that we've launched. And Happy New Year, a year of free internet access on very, very affordable devices. We're launching this with our partners at Naptol, and they're launching today on their sites and on TV. And within a week or so, they will be also available in modern trade, retail, and general trade, starting with Spice Hotspot, Sangeeta, and other partners. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I'd love to now launch the product, have my colleague invite our esteemed guests to the stage to help me do that. And if you, as I said, I've always said to my colleagues, God's always too kind to us because everything happens for a reason, happens perfectly and at the right time. So as I finished my presentation, my dear friend, the High Commissioner to India for Canada, Nadir Patel, His Excellency Nadir Patel, who had gotten called to the PMO at the last moment, amazingly got his meeting done and reached here right on time. So this is how good my life is. Thank you so much.
I'd request you to please just stay back on stage, and absolutely perfect timing. So ladies and gentlemen, of course, we've heard about the Pocket Surfer, we've seen images, but now it's time to experience the real thing. To do the honors, it's my privilege to welcome on stage Mr. Manish Kanotra. If you could join us. Honorable Param Gill, His Excellency Mr. Nadir Patel, Mr. Hemant Bishnoi, Professor N.K. Goel, and Mr. Ellis Tully, Director, Datawind. This is the big moment, ladies and gentlemen. We're all set to present exclusively for your eyes only. We give you the Pocket Surfer 2G and 3G. Could we also have Mr. Ellis Tully, Director Datawind, join us on stage?
Tell them to stand thoda aage
Gentlemen, if you would do us the honor of moving a few feet forward, if you could join us center stage in the front. If you could also come to the center. Sir, if you could. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, presenting exclusively for you the all-new revolutionary new product, the Pocket Surfer 2G and 3G. And of course, we'd love to have a look at the actual phone, sir. Mr. Tully, if you could unwrap the box and open it and take out this transformational new device, ladies and gentlemen, which is coming our way, all set to usher in a new era of the mobile internet. We give you the stunning, dazzling new Pocket Surfer 2G and 3G. A lovely day so far, ladies and gentlemen, and I have to say that I could also already see a lot of smiling faces when Mr. Tully talked about the free internet for 1 year. And of course, our electronic media, in case you got blocked, this is your chance. We're going to do a quick rerun for the benefit of our media friends at the back. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. These fabulous new devices will be opening up a whole new world for all of us. Thank you so much, gentlemen. And with that, it's my privilege to request Honorable Param Gill, Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of International Trade, Canada, to please address the media. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Pooja. Good afternoon, everyone. Sat Shri Akal, Namaste. It's truly an honor and a pleasure for me to be amongst all of you as the Canada's new Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of International Trade. And I obviously have a bit of a special connection with Suneet. He is also from my hometown in Canada, hometown that we call Brampton. And I want to congratulate him and the entire team of Datawind, first of all, for this amazing launch and everything that him and his team have been able to accomplish and has really made us, all of Canadians, I would say, extremely proud. I also want to acknowledge the presence of both of his parents, auntie and uncle, that are here, that joined us today, and I know his family is here from Canada, and I'm sure it's extremely proud moment for everyone. Supporting Canadian small and medium-sized enterprises as they seize new global opportunities is a key commitment under Canada's Global Market Action Plan, the government's blueprint for creating jobs and growth through trade. India is a priority market for Canada under this plan. Our world-class Canadian companies are eager to share their experience and technologies, know-how with India to help this country accomplish its national priority of Digital India and Make in India. I'm pleased to be here today to be part of today's wonderful announcement, Datawind's new ultra low-cost smartphone and its establishment of manufacturing facilities here in India. Datawind is a prime example of Canadian engineering in action. It is changing lives by providing affordable devices and internet connectivity to billions of people around the world. This is a Canadian innovation at its best, sharing ideas, knowledge, and empowering the masses. We live in a complex and transformative times. As political and business leaders, we have a shared responsibility to innovate for the benefit of our societies and our economies. To make the best use of innovation, we need partnerships between nations. The partnership between Datawind and Reliance Communication is an excellent example of the collaborative spirit between Canada and India. Canada and India are natural partners when it comes to technology and innovation. Our two countries have a shared interest in fostering new ideas, new technologies, and innovation. Together, they drive productivity, economic growth and development, as well as improved global competitiveness. I would argue that for India, there is absolutely no better partner to promote technology and innovation than Canada. I'm confident that both of our countries can invest in the ideas and creativity of our people. By bringing Canadians and Indians together through technology, we will strengthen our already strong people-to-people ties. From more than 1.2 million Canadians of Indian origin to the enormous cooperation agreements signed between Canadian and Indian institutions, to the dialogue we're currently engaged in, there are many ways we're working together as Canadians and as Indians for the mutual benefit of both of our countries. I look forward to working closely with all of you in my role as a Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of International Trade to strengthen our ties, so that we can find innovative ways of lifting our relationship to new heights. Once again, I want to thank the entire team of Datawind, my friend Sunit Tuli, and also Reliance Communication. We got the Senior Vice President here, Manish Kanotraji. I want to congratulate you and your entire team as well on this wonderful, wonderful launch. Once again, Smitji, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share a few words and be part of this amazing launch. Congratulations to you and your entire team, and best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for those very warm words. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to invite to the stage His Excellency Mr. Nadir Patel, High Commissioner to India for Canada, to please come and say a few words. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us here this afternoon on a very, very special launch announcement. I'm very, very delighted to be here with our Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of International Trade, Mr. Param Gill, who plays a very important role in helping advance the trade and investment relationship between Canada and India, as well as other countries around the world. Mr. Manish Kanotra, who's been mentioned, is the Senior Vice President of Marketing with Reliance Communications. Thank you so much, not only for joining us here today, but also for the support with respect to this big and important initiative. And of course, Mr. Sunit Singh Tuli, who you've already heard from. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take this opportunity to formally congratulate Datawind and Reliance Communications for their partnership in bringing affordable devices and connectivity to billions in India. And I'd also like to commend, in particular, Datawind for establishing manufacturing facilities in India to produce smartphones and tablets. And this is a really important example of Canada and India relations at its finest. I really believe that we can achieve more together as partners than we can individually as countries. And today's launch announcements feeds directly into not only helping the Canada-India relationship flourish and grow, but it feeds into Make in India. It feeds into Digital India, as we've already heard about. And we hope that this is the beginning of many, many more such partnerships and initiatives like this that will help not only the economies grow further, the relationship grow further, but also the people-to-people links and connectivity grow further. Canada and India share a broad-based bilateral relationship underpinned by strong people-to-people ties, as we've just heard, with more than 1.2 million Canadians tracing their roots back to India. And Canada is keen to work with India to promote its visionary initiatives as this one does, such as Make in India and Digital India, as I've mentioned. And there's particular potential in the information and communications technology and innovation sectors that can reap real benefits from both sides. India and Canada can undoubtedly accomplish more as partners, as I've mentioned, than we can, and we can benefit each other with initiatives like this. And Datawind's manufacturing facilities is a step in that direction. I'd also like to highlight a few areas where we can explore more opportunities to collaborate. ICT companies, including Datawind and others, have a very significant and growing presence in India. And this is an important validation of India's continuous emergence as a market for growth, as well as a hub for innovation, with new investment and job creation in the digital technology sector. These Canadian ICT companies are investing in India, helping to attract talent, innovators, and ideas, and contributing substantially to the growth of India's knowledge-based economy. Through programs such as the Canadian Technology Accelerator initiative, we're bringing more Canadian companies to India, as well as helping Indian companies access the North American market using Canada as a platform for international expansion. And finally, as India looks to implement its ambitious Digital India initiative, Canada would like to be India's partner of choice for cost-effective, innovative solutions. This is happening. It's happening now. It's happening in India. And Canada will not watch this from the sidelines. We will be along for the ride. And today's example is a perfect initiative that demonstrates our commitment to working with companies and in India to help grow the relationship further. Datawind's new ultra-low-cost smartphones with free internet provided by Reliance Communications is an ideal example of collaboration that we'll be using in various sectors of our relationship. Canada has many leading-edge companies with proven technologies that can provide solutions to enhance India's digital infrastructure even further, deploy e-government services, use technology as a tool to expand economic opportunity, boost productivity, create jobs, and perhaps most significantly, empower its citizens. So once again, I'd like to extend my best wishes to Datawind for its important work for bringing social and economic benefits to our nations through innovative and collaborative technologies. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. All the best to Datawind and to Reliance Communications.
Thank you so much, sir, for those very warm thoughts, and of course, the heartiest congratulations to our company. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Mr. Suneet Singh Tully back to the stage to deliver the closing remarks to what has been an absolutely fantastic session. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. I was busy coming up with a rhyme as I was sitting there, and I'm not good at rhymes, and I have no sense of poetry. But I will at least butcher up somebody else's rhyme. कहते हैं मेरा जूता है जापानी, ये पतलून इंग्लिस्तानी, कनाडा का घर है मस्तानी, फिर भी दिल है हिंदुस्तानी. चाहे हाई कमिश्नर हो, चाहे कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर्स हो, चाहे पार्लियामेंट्री सेक्रेटरीज हो, आपको कनेडियन दिख रहे थे ना? In support of our efforts, in support of the government's vision for Make in India, we are announcing today a commitment that within 90 days, 90% of our production will be shifted to India. Our target is that at least 1,000 new jobs should be created with manufacturing partners directly and indirectly within the year. And we use this as an opportunity to encourage the rest of our industry that's going to sell 240 million phones in India in the next 12 months, that they should be made in India, creating local jobs and local innovations. Thank you so much. That's our commitment, and we look forward to your support. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, sir.